In a magical world, a powerful summoning spell is attempted by magicians. But when an invader disrupts the summoning spell, it ruins the incantation and makes the summoning unpredictable. Meanwhile, on Earth, two Japanese students named Taichi and Rin are suddenly ensnared within a sorcerous circle and transported to this alternate dimension. A formidable equine creature launches an assault upon them, yet a trio of spellcasting adventurers rush to their rescue, vanquishing the beast. Inspired by these seasoned individuals and aiming to secure their livelihood, Taichi and Rin are guided to the city of Aspire, where they endeavor to enlist in the Guild of Adventurers. However, when their magical prowess is assessed, the results are so astounding that the guild leader dispatches Taichi and Rin to Lemia, a distinguished magician, and her elven apprentice Muller for immediate training. Following an evaluation of Taichi's and Rin's magical aptitude, Lemia decrees that they must become her protégés. Lemia reveals that Rin and particularly Taichi possess immense magical capabilities, necessitating their apprenticeship under her to harness and control their powers effectively. Rin is identified as a quad magician, proficient in manipulating all four primary magical elements. Meanwhile, Taichi is classified as a rarer breed, a unique magician, with the unique ability to directly tap into the spirits governing these elemental forces, although his specific magical specialization remains shrouded in mystery for the time being. Under the guidance of Lemia and Muller, the duo swiftly completes their training and is subsequently dispatched back to Aspire, officially registered as adventurers. However, throughout their journey, Taichi continues to experience intermittent encounters with a fate voice that speaks to him from time to time. Following their stint as novice adventurers, Taichi and Rin are entrusted with a mission aimed at uncovering the root cause behind Aspire's worsening scarcity of essential provisions, including food. Their designated target is a local tavern where they are tasked with investigating. It transpires that the tavern's patrons had merely scavenged their meals from a convoy that had already fallen victim to raiders. However, on their journey back, Taichi and Rin fall prey to an ambush orchestrated by a trio of female assassins. They manage to overpower one of the assailants and put the others to flight, leading them to bring their captive to the guild. Here, she is presented with an offer that could secure her freedom. The following day, under Muller's guidance, they venture into the countryside to inspect a delay in the delivery of fruits, a matter linked to the ongoing economic crisis. Their expedition takes an unexpected turn when they engage in combat against a number of menacing creatures. As events unfold, suspicions begin to mount against Kasim, one of the fruit growers they encountered, raising the possibility of his involvement with the actual thieves. Taichi, Rin, and Muller succeed in tracking down and overpowering a gang of ruffians who were pillaging the orchards. Subsequently, they confront Kasim, cornering him with their growing suspicions. With no way out, Kasim finally confesses to orchestrating the raids, and he and his partner, Grammy, launch an attack against the trio. In a desperate bid to gain the upper hand, Kasim summons a frost elemental and bolsters it with his potent Crimson Pact magic, rendering it nearly invincible. However, when he threatens harm upon Rin and Muller, a wind spirit named Ariel, who has been communicating with Taichi all along, extends an offer to lend him her power, which Taichi immediately accepts. Empowered by Ariel's assistance, Taichi's abilities surge to unprecedented heights, allowing him to vanquish the elemental and sever Kasim's arm as he and Grammy flee. Nevertheless, the immense power expenditure exacts a toll on Taichi, and he collapses into unconsciousness. Elsewhere, a young woman begins extracting information through a torturous interrogation, while a pair of youthful twin sorcerers channel a considerable amount of magical energy into numerous pods within a subterranean chamber. Taichi regains consciousness within Lemia's home, the haven to which Rin and Muller transported him after his collapse. Upon learning of his dangerous encounter with the Crimson Magicians, Lemia determines Taichi's unique proficiency as a summoner, gifted with the ability to forge bonds with elemental spirits and harness their immense powers directly. Returning to Aspire to reunite with Rin and Muller, Taichi unexpectedly crosses paths with Anastasia, the former assassin they had apprehended and who now serves as a guild member, diligently investigating the root cause behind the food shortage crisis. United in purpose, they embark on a joint mission, infiltrating a mansion within the city that stands as a suspected epicenter of the malevolent plot. To their astonishment, they uncover a sinister conspiracy aimed at unleashing an army of monsters, enhanced by the Crimson Pact, upon Aspire. Meanwhile, Rin and Muller fall into an elaborate trap masterminded by Kasim, Grammy, and another mysterious individual who proudly introduces himself as the orchestrator of the impending invasion. Rin and Muller hurry back to the guild headquarters, urgently raising the alarm about the imminent invasion. Meanwhile, Taichi and Anastasia engage in a fierce struggle, infiltrating the underground cellar of the mansion. There, they confront the twin magicians, Mero and Miro, who have been nurturing a horde of Crimson-enhanced goblins, and are swiftly losing control over their unruly creations. In the face of chaos, Taichi intervenes to rescue them. As the first light of dawn breaks over Aspire, the city's valiant adventurers find themselves locked in a formidable battle with the monstrous invaders, a significant portion of them bolstered by the Crimson Pact. Upon returning from their expedition to the mansion, Taichi leaves Anastasia behind to join the ranks of warriors in the ongoing conflict. Amidst the ongoing battle, under the watchful eyes of the enigmatic figure, and Kasim, Anastasia falls victim to a hypnotic enchantment, wandering inadvertently into the midst of the conflict. To the astonishment of all present, the turmoil is suddenly interrupted by the emergence of a formidable two-headed dragon from the depths below. As Taichi prepares himself to confront this monstrous adversary, Anastasia unexpectedly appears at his side, only to be grievously wounded by the dragon's fiery breath. As Anastasia's life ebbs away in his arms, Taichi, consumed by fury and despair, implores Ariel for additional power. This plea formalizes the pact between him, the summoner, and Ariel, his bonded spirit, while further fortifying Taichi's unwavering determination to safeguard all those he holds dear. Confronting the dragon head-on, Taichi forces it to the ground, prompting the creature to withdraw. However, before departing, the dragon utters a cryptic warning, hinting that a certain individual harbors intentions to wield Taichi's power and manipulate the destiny of their world. In the aftermath of the skirmish, Taichi, Rin, Lemia, and Muller are called upon to make their way to Wenifix, the capital of Aristine, the realm where Aspire is situated. Their mission is to lend assistance to King Gilmer, who is grappling with a rebellion initiated by his younger brother, Duke Dordesheim. Upon their arrival and subsequent meeting with the king, Lemia boldly raises the suspicion that Gilmer is the orchestrator behind Taichi and Rin's sudden arrival in this world. This is an accusation that the king openly acknowledges. It happens that Gilmer's daughter, Princess Charlotte, conducted the summoning ritual under her father's command, though she deeply regrets her inability to return Taichi and Rin to Earth. Now confronted with the grim prospect of confronting and potentially taking the lives of fellow human beings, Taichi and Rin grapple with the gravity of the situation. It's during these trying times that the enigmatic figure from Aspire is unveiled, revealed to be none other than Ladra, the king's high cardinal. Upon learning of the arrival of Taichi and Rin, whose remarkable achievements in Aspire have elevated them to near legendary status, Duke Dordesheim determines to expedite his scheme to claim the throne. An adept assassin is dispatched to eliminate the duo, but Taichi and his companions keenly detect the intruder's presence, meticulously laying an ambush that thwarts the attempt on their lives. The following day, Marquis Nilvin, a staunch supporter of Dordesheim, spearheads the initial assault with a deceptively modest contingent. However, their true intentions are laid bare when they unleash potent magic rings capable of launching devastating long-range attacks against the royal defenders. Pooling their formidable talents, Taichi, Rin, Ariel, and the court sorcerers launch a lightning strike, incapacitating the assailants without causing any fatalities. Nilgan meets a grim fate at the hands of Inimicus, Dordesheim's advisor, who eliminates him for his failure. Meanwhile, Kasim and Grammy, having infiltrated the capital, craft a plan to ensnare Taichi in a cunning trap, seeking to settle the score between Taichi and Kasim once and for all. In the aftermath of indulging himself at the celebratory feast, Taichi encounters Kasim. Kasim, however, persuades him into a duel, intent on settling their score. In order to level the playing field and ascertain which of them possesses greater prowess, Kasim employs a mystical effigy bestowed upon him by Ladra, a token that suppresses a significant portion of Taichi's magical abilities. Drawing upon the lessons imparted by Lemia during his training, Taichi manages to emerge victorious in this contest of skills. However, much to everyone's astonishment, the act of defeating Kasim triggers an unforeseen consequence. An ominous dark spirit materializes from the effigy, intent on claiming Taichi's life. In a collaborative effort, Taichi, Kasim, and Grammy join forces to dismantle the effigy, consequently restoring Taichi's lost powers and enabling him to dispel the malevolent spirit. Following their parting, Kasim and Grammy, having developed a begrudging respect for Taichi, go their separate ways. Unbeknownst to them, this confrontation was part of a meticulously devised plan orchestrated by Ladra and his enigmatic mistress, Lady Shade. Duke Dordesheim declares an all-out war, prompting hurried preparations to confront the impending threat. The battle for the throne commences, with the two armies colliding head-on on the battlefield. Amidst the chaos, Rin, Lemia, and Muller stand shoulder to shoulder with the king's forces, engaging in combat. Meanwhile, Taichi and Ariel undertake a covert mission to infiltrate Dordesheim's central encampment, harboring the hope of persuading him to seek a peaceful resolution to the rebellion. However, Inimicus, swathed in malevolent sorcery and fervent devotion to Lady Shade, invokes a dark incantation. This vile spell exerts a twisted influence on the soldiers of both factions, transforming them into berserk, zombie-like warriors, poised to indiscriminately unleash mayhem upon anyone who crosses their path, threatening to unleash an unfathomable slaughter. The two opposing armies reluctantly unite their forces in a desperate bid to confront the berserkers, yet they face insurmountable odds. Driven by unwavering determination to safeguard his comrades, Taichi makes a resolute decision to call upon Ariel's full might. Recognizing Taichi's readiness to make any sacrifice, Ariel relinquishes her current form, undergoing a profound transformation into the Queen of the Wind Spirits, known as Sylphid. This metamorphosis empowers Taichi to shatter the malevolent spell. With newfound strength, Taichi takes on Inimicus, who has succumbed to the dark forces within him, transforming into a demonic entity. In an intense clash, Taichi vanquishes Inimicus, but not before Inimicus reveals Lady Shade's sinister intentions to exploit Taichi's powers to reshape their world. The civil war ultimately draws to a close, resulting in the execution of Dordesheim for his acts of treason. In recognition of their invaluable service, Taichi's group is richly rewarded and hailed as heroes before returning to Aspire. Despite Inimicus' ominous foreshadowing of future conflicts, Taichi's resolve to utilize his abilities to protect his cherished friends strengthens, and he remains unwavering in his commitment to their well-being. Upon their return to Aspire, the group is greeted by the bustling preparations for an upcoming festival, none other than the Starry Night Festival. This annual event holds a special significance, allowing the departed souls to reunite with their dear ones, provided that everyone involved wears exquisite masquerade masks. To ensure a heartwarming reunion, the living leave these masks at the graves of their departed loved ones, enabling them to be identified by the masks they wear. Taichi, moved by the occasion, purchases a bouquet of flowers and a mask, placing them tenderly at Anastasia's resting place. Following this heartfelt gesture, Taichi's group decides to set up a shaved ice stall, a choice made after finding the guild master's aphrodisiac soup less than satisfactory. Meanwhile, Taichi takes Rin's hand, and they gracefully dance together at the end of the festival. But when he suddenly spots Anastasia, Taichi excuses himself to dance with his former enemy, and they decide to share their last dance together. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.